up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the table where everybody eat. Do your boy a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Then tap the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on the plays and updates we bring to you guys each and every day in the market, including the weekends, like Kopin Corporation, ticker symbol KOPN, which closed at $1.74 on August 1st, 2025, after we had a massive run up in June and July, not only on Kopin Corporation, but in the overall stock market as well. From small caps to mid caps to large caps, even the micro float penny stocks was going ham. But as earnings season is approaching for a lot of small cap stocks, and I think Kopin Corporation is releasing earnings sometime this week, maybe early next week. However, Kopin has received another contract. Actually, this here was a contract increase for the United States Army's next generation short range interceptor and visual display subsystem, in which the development of the U.S. Army's NGSRI, or Next Generation Short Range Interceptor, makes a significant technological shift in mobile short range air defense, as it is designed to counter a broad range of aerial threats from drones, cruise missiles, rotary wing aircraft, and more. Now, if we was to look at this chart right here of Kopin Corporation, ticker symbol KOPN, you will see in the last year, meaning the last 365 days, this stock is up 64%. But year to date, meaning in 2025 alone, from January up until now, August 2nd, this stock is up 22%. However, in the last 5 days or the last trading week, this thing has pulled back and is now down 20% in the last 5 days, bringing us to the daily chart. And as you see right here, we have fell below the trend line that we had, the uptrend line that we had since approximately April of this year, basically right around Liberation Day. We have now fell below that trend line on the daily and fell back into this tight range of motion. Peep the prior videos on Kopin Corporation, you will see what I mean about tight range of motion. And while I'm looking at it, we'll go ahead and remove these drawings because we no longer need them, as well as this trend line here that I was anticipating us to basically bounce or hold above. So cleaning up the chart a tad bit and removing the drawings for a second, I want you guys to peep game on how, although we pulled back, we are now holding on the 50 SMA on the daily chart, which is around that $1.65 zone. And in the prior video, if you remember, we were trading, I think, around like $1.56, $1.58. And I said that our next target was $1.65 and then $1.72. So we bounced off this $1.65. And as you see, we closed at $1.74, which is right around that $1.72 range. So if we do lose the 50 SMA on the daily chart, what I'm expecting or anticipating is a pullback, I would say at best to around that $1.55 range. I'm not sure where that will be. That's around here. We'll put the drawings back up. But I'm anticipating a pullback at best to around $1.55. If we lose that, I am hoping that $1.42 to $1.44 can potentially hold us up. Now, if we do fall below all of those areas, go back to our videos at the beginning of the year on Kopin Corporation when we wanted to break above, let's just say $1.21 or somewhere in that range. As you see right here, this is around $1.18. So putting the drawings back up and going down to the 4-hour time frame, what I see here is the MACD. Let's zoom out a tad bit. Let's get this MACD looking a little better for you guys there. Boom. So what I see here is we got the MACD starting to, well, after the sellers came through, I mean, pretty heavy. You can see right here. And now our MACD is trying to basically do a little trend upward as to where the sellers are decreasing. The buyers could be stepping in. And that could be because we're in this tight range of motion. And here goes that $1.67 line in the sand area that I feel we must hold, or else we're going to touch the next line in the sand at that $1.56, which I just mentioned. Now, looking at the 50 SMA, if we can continue to follow the trend line, although price action is well below, and let's just say do something in the sense of like this, and then kind of curl upward, basically respecting that trend line, that would be ideal, because then if we get price action, let's just say to end up getting back above, testing this $1.75 zone, I believe that tight range of motion area, and then coming here, getting above the 50 SMA, reclaiming that trend line and continuing to do something of this nature, and then higher, that would be dope. But if the 50 SMA ends up doing something like coming down below the trend line, respecting the tight range of motion, rejecting the trend line. Now, again, we're on a 4 hours, so this may not move like this or as quick. I'm just giving you guys hindsight and ideas of what could possibly happen. And then we reject that trend line and continue to curl downward as the MACD possibly goes even lower. Again, these lows are from prior videos. Here's that $1.21 area. Once again, the golden zone of $1.10. If we got that low again, I would probably just wait, honestly, to see how price action is in between $1.08 and $1.13, $1.14. But I don't really see us going this low, although the market has slowed off. I think buyers will hold us up. Now, going down another time frame to the hourly time frame. So as you see, the 50 SMA on the hour time frame has broken below, and now it is looking like it wants to come through this 191. So if the 50 SMA actually does continue to come down, and let's just say like this, but starts to curl as if it wants to respect that uptrend line as well as respect this area right about here, then that would be pretty dope if we get that. But if the 50 SMA actually respects this line here, this is where I could see us possibly reclaiming the trend line with price action as 50 SMA does something like this. You also see we got the MACD also continuing to go up higher as well. So if our MACD continues to follow up towards a positive trajectory, and if 50 SMA respects this area, or it comes a little lower, let's just say it came down a little lower, and possibly came down a little lower to respect the price action around this range, and then do something like that, that also would still be ideal for the MACD to continue going upward and maybe price action to hold here, if not come down to test this 167 one more again, or that 158 one more again before doing something of this nature and getting back up here while that MACD was curling up. I mean, my MACD, my bad. While the 50 SMA is curling upward, like I said, respecting the price action of basically this whole area here. I'm not a drawer, I tell you guys that all the time. But if we get something like that, then that would be cool to where I don't see us going as low as I said. Now, if none of that happens where we could get potential upside and this MACD just continues to curl downward, maybe respect this a little, but then do something like that and continue to curl downward, that's where price action would definitely just find resistances in this area and they continue downward, in my opinion. So that's what I'm looking for and hoping that we stay above to the downside. Now to the upside, we have to obviously reclaim that trend line, reclaim $1.91. But really, we're about to go ahead and do something live in effect for you guys here on the channel. This is not a sniper fair value gap, but it is a area or a range that I would love for us to get some price action in. So if this area ends up holding, I'll make that green. Right now, this one is green, but if it continues to basically be a problem zone or problem area for us, as we do reclaim that $1.91, reclaim this other trend line, this range is from a $1.95 to $2.14. That's that range there. So if we have any trouble in this area, I wouldn't mind seeing some type of price action also in this zone. If and when we do get back up here, let's just say, and it just does something like this. I'm not a drawer. I keep telling you guys that, and then go higher maybe. But we have nice action in this whole area here, to where once we get above, this area could become a possible demand zone instead of being a supply zone. So again, to the upside, we got to get above that $1.91, $1.95, 214, 218, basically. We get above 218, I'm looking at 218 to 225. We get above that range, my ultimate target in the near term would be still $2.90. But thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Much love. We out.